Hello everyone, welcome to Be Steady Records. I'm Bobby Stedman, and we're going to use this channel for music topics from music theory, music history, so on and so forth, or whatever we see fit. I'll see you guys after the intro. Welcome back everyone, and on this week's episode of Music Theory Thursday, we are going to discuss the musical alphabet. That's A through G. And again, this may be a bit basic for people that have music theory. However, these episodes will get more advanced as they go on. And so let's get started. So, musical alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And you have on instruments like a guitar, you'll see that each fret, even starting from 0, each fret is a half step on the instrument. Or if you're on a keyboard, every piano key, including white and black keys, are half steps. So you have whole steps, which would be skipping every other fret. Okay, so when we were discussing this, you have whole steps between all of the natural notes except B and C and E and F. You have half steps, meaning that there's no fret between E and F or B and C, which we'll get into that just a little more as the episode goes on. So as you can see, the musical alphabet that I have listed here, you've got letters and lines. The lines are going to represent the sharps and flats. And again, the line can be either A sharp or B flat or C sharp or D flat, depending on which direction the music is going. So keep that in mind, that you can have two notes on the same fret, and that's what's called enharmonic spelling. It's a big fancy term for meaning that you can have the same note positioned by a different name on the instrument. So let's go ahead and get started with finding some notes just on the guitar. Okay, so the guitar is tuned E, A, D, G, B, and E. When we're trying to find notes on the instrument, what we're going to do is start from 0. This E will be 0, and on our alphabet we're going to go up to E, and then we're just going to count over the letters and the lines to figure out what note we are trying to find. So let's say we want to find a B note on the E string. We go to our letter E in our alphabet, and again we count the letters and the lines, and you just go E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, A sharp, B. And that's on the 7th fret. And if you count those letters, you'll see that the number comes up as 7. If you go from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's our B. Let's say on the A string that we want to find a D note, for example. We would just start A as 0 and count our letters and lines 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we would see that the D note is number 5, meaning that we go on the 5th fret. So you can do this with any instrument as far as string instruments go, for sure. Bass, ukulele, lute, anything that you're learning banjo. Likewise, if we rearrange the order of these letters, you'll see that it looks like and lines up just like a piano keyboard. You can use this system for counting letters on instruments, especially if you use a capo. You can figure out what chord that you're actually playing once you put a capo on. Of course, you can find capo chord charts and conversion charts on Google. I highly recommend you guys writing this stuff out just because you remember it more, as opposed to having all the shortcuts and papers in front of you. If you write it out, you're more likely to remember what's going on. So again, with the musical alphabet, if I play a G chord, and we know this is G, and we start our alphabet on the letter G and start that as 0. So if I put a capo on 3, and we know we've moved our G chord up 3. So you have G, G sharp, A sharp, or B flat. So we've moved the G up 3 letters, meaning now we're playing an A sharp or a B flat chord. Likewise, if we took a D chord out of our alphabet and move that up 3, well, we would have D, move it up 1 to D sharp, 2 to E, and then 1 more to F, because there's no whole step between E and F. We only have the half step there, only 1 fret. So we go from E to F. So our D chord shape becomes an actual F chord. So we'd have a B flat and an F chord, even though to many guitarists they're going to look like a G chord and a D chord. So again, chords are really just based on shapes that we use. We can do this with scales as well. Let's say you know the A minor pentatonic scale. Okay, we know this is an A minor pentatonic scale, and our root note, the note we're basing that off of, is our first finger, the index finger, on the 5th fret. And just to quickly go over that, if you don't know the pentatonic scale at the 5th fret, the frets are 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. And if we need to move this scale to a different key, let's say we wanted to play in B minor. Well, on our chart, or order of letters, we start with the letter A, move up a 0, from there A to A sharp, 1, 2, to B. So now we're in B minor. So the pattern's going to be the same, just like with the chord shapes. The shape and the pattern is going to remain the same. You just have to move that to where you want it for any particular key. Likewise, if we start on A, someone says we need to play in G minor, you could subtract from there, 0, and then go back to A flat, and then go back again to G. So we're in G minor. So keep that in mind when you're working with the musical alphabet. It takes time to memorize where all the notes are at. However, the system of figuring out how to find those notes is quite simple. We just have to write out the alphabet, A through G. Remember to put our lines in between every letter except B and C and E and F. And once you get that pattern correct, all you have to do is start on the letter that you know as 0 and count the frets from that position. And this has been our episode of Music Theory Thursday for this week. Like I said, these will get more advanced as we go along. I want to start with doing basic theory for those that may not know a lot of theory or any theory at all. And then we will work on a small concept each week so that you can gradually increase your music theory knowledge. I appreciate it. This is Be Steady Records, and I am off. See you guys next week.